The Republicans and conservatives and Fox News have been fighting really, really, really hard to convince the public that the Teabaggers aren't just white people who mostly voted for McCain. This has involved Bill O'Reilly citing polls which were clearly taken in a way that was not unbiased. It's involved setting up guests on all sorts of radio programs to handpick liberal teabaggers. And it's been hard to do because there's so few. But we actually may have found what might be the only Hispanic teabagger in the country. This is a guy from Nicaragua who had a complete meltdown in Washington, D.C. He was asked a question about health care. It was something like, you'll hear it, so you don't want the government involved with health care. And he goes completely crazy. By the way, for our audience who can't see this, he was holding a sign that said, Obamacare is Obamacon. I don't remember if it was a sandwich board or not. So here's stage one, and he's not even really getting going here. He's just starting to get worked up.
So you want to end all government health care?
I think government should stay away from anything have to do with health care. We don't believe in socialized medicine. But I myself, a veteran that realized American dream because my hard work and 3 jobs, I like to take care of my own doctor and get the best doctor money can buy to take care of my wounds. It's called capitalism, sir. Socialized medicine does not work. I am originally from Nicaragua. I run away from communism. I realized that communism does not work, socialism does not work, and the death of America will be socialized medicine. That is so clear because I came to this country looking for freedom, for the freedom to choose my own doctor, not for the government to tell me when to live and when to die. I live for America, I work for America, and I love this country, and I can't stand socialism, I can't stand communism. The only good communist is a dead communist. You want to say anything more? Thank you, sir. The only good communist is a dead communist! Yeah! The only good communist is a dead communist!
So, this is nothing, by the way. Wait until I play part 2. He's getting very wound up. He wants to be able to choose his own doctor, he says. Well, he has insurance, right? So his insurance company is giving him a list of which doctors. His insurance company is choosing his doctors. It seems if he really wants to choose his own doctors, he should get off that insurance and start paying cash. Then he can go wherever he wants. I don't think that's what he's doing. You were going to say something?
No.
You seem to be getting as wound up as this guy listening to this clip. He keeps getting more and more wound up seemingly on his own. I mean, nobody is agitating. To set the scene, if you can't see this, he's just standing in a field in front of the White House. There are people around, but nobody is egging him on. It's just one cameraman asking him questions, and here he really kicks it up another notch.
So I take it you do want to close the VA then?
But I myself, a veteran, a United States Marine Corps veteran that fought for this country, believe in freedom, freedom, and death to the damn commies! You got it? I say death to the commies! You get it? Death to the commies! Are you a commie? Are you a commie?
No.
Then stay alive, else you'll be dead. Now get out of here. Get out of here! Get out of here, damn commie! Get out of here before I wrap you up with this flag and throw you to the river! It's a damn communist. Damn communist.
He wants to close the VA.
Never. I'm a veteran. United States Marine Corps. Ooh-ah!
You want to say veteran?
United States Marine Corps. Ooh-ah! I fought for this country, you son of a bitch. What did you do? What did you do? You parasite socialist? That's what you are, a parasite socialist. A lousy cockroach. A communist cockroach.
Tell him how you really feel.
So this has to be a plant, right? There's no way that this is a normal person. I mean, can you imagine this guy in the line behind you at a supermarket? This has to be a plant. Imagine this guy with a gun, which, by the way, is not uncommon at Teabagger protests. Just imagine that. Imagine him in the same place as somebody with a gun or with a gun himself. We'll be talking to a conservative in a couple of shows who has a guide for picking out someone posing as a teabagger who's not really a teabagger. This guy has to be it, right? If this is really the Tea Party movement, then this can't be good for anybody. It can't be good for Democrats. It can't be good for Republicans. I'm stunned by that guy. He completely lost his marbles.
Yeah, I agree. You know, I think it would be wise of the Republicans to label the Tea Party as a separate entity completely.
At this point, that would be the clearest thing. In other news, Fox News announced that guy's going to be starting a new program that will follow Huckabee on Saturday nights.